What's going on, y'all? Gamers going back here today. You will be seeing this video during the first set of games, but the good news is I do have the predictor app that I did do this stuff on prior to the game. As you can see, match day 3, all my stuff is locked in. Don't really know if you can see a really weird reflection. Probably should turn the lights on. A little bit better there, but a little bit of a thing you can see there now. But yeah, we have the Champions League back. Haven't been able to film. It's kind of been a busy week, busy time. Doing a lot of things. NBA video that I have to go back and edit now, because we had a little bit of some mishaps there with my streaming platforms. But we would start off the Champions League. You'll see this video during the games. Games already started for Inter Milan. It is currently 1-1. I went 2-1 for Inter Milan. And I think they will probably end up beating Salzburg. Pretty straightforward there. 1-1 in the Galatasaray Bayern game. And I think that one also could easily head to 3-1 that I predicted for Bayern to win. And then we get to the games that I haven't predicted yet, or well, haven't happened yet. Some of the lineups just came out, but we got Benfica versus Real Sociedad. I have it being a 1-1 draw. These two teams are pretty evenly matched, if you ask me. So I'm going to go with a draw there. Then we got Union Berlin going up against Napoli. I think Napoli, Ocean Man, Victor Osimhen is going to have a big game if he's playing. Actually, let me check their lineup for today. Does Napoli got Ocean Man in there? Ocean Man is not. He's still hurt. How long is he out? He's out till middle of November. So he's got about another month or so before he's back. But I think they'll still win. Napoli, very strong side. I kind of want to make it 2-1 though. I'm gonna make it 2-1 for Napoli. Then we get Real Madrid versus Braga. I think Real Madrid is gonna win this game. Obviously they're Real Madrid. They're just a loaded team. Jude Bellingham in great form. You got Kamavinga, you got Xiaomini, you got a lot of good guys there that I think Braga is going to have a struggle with. I went 3-1, and that's where we're going to sit with Real Madrid. Then we got PSV versus Lens. Lens is being the one team that we, as Arsenal fans, were not able to batten down the hatches and win against. But PSV we did. Lens, I'm going to be honest, they're a solid half. They got some decent pieces. They beat us last time out in the Champions League. I think they can beat PSV. I'm going 2-1 Lens. Then we got Man United going up against Copenhagen once again. Should be a game. Keep feeling like I'm saying this with Man United. If Man United's going to turn it around, it's the game right here. One of the easier teams there in their group stage, Copenhagen. You got to get 3 points if you're Man United. You should win this game. I'm going 2-1 United. I'm gonna go off on a limb and assume we see a Hoyland goal. And you know what? Let's also throw out. Let's say Casemiro gets on the board if he's not suspended. Let's look at Man United's starting lineup here. Is Casemiro suspended or is he injured? Casemiro's injured. He's a few day injuries with the ankle injury. So you know what? Let's say do we want to say Marcus Rashford? Yeah, let's say Marcus Rashford gets the other goal there. But Hoyland, Rashford, going to be the two guys there. Next, we got Barcelona going up against Shakhtar. This is a game for Barcelona to just do their thing. 2-0. Barcelona shouldn't have much concerns here with Shakhtar, I'm going to be honest. Next, we got Feyenoord going up against Lazio. Feyenoord has been a solid half. Lazio has been a solid half. Last time out, Feyenoord lost 3-2 to Atletico Madrid. And then last time out, Lazio beat Celtic. Should be an evenly matched game. I'm going Feyenoord 2-1, but I could easily see being a draw. Then we got Royal Antwerp going up against Porto. Um, Two teams that I'm not super high on long term in the Champions League this season. Antwerp hasn't looked great. Lost to Shakhtar. Porto, last time out, they lost 1-0 to Barcelona. A little bit stronger of a performance from Porto. I think they will beat Antwerp. I'm going 1-0. This is a game that Porto has to win. Antwerp, one of the easier teams that they're going to be playing in their group stage. Then you got Man City versus Young Boys. Man City, obviously, we know that they struggled there for a minute, losing to Wolves, losing to Arsenal. I don't think they're going to struggle here. 3-0. Young Boys aren't going to do anything against them. You're going to see Haaland maybe get a brace here. This is going to be an absolute one-sided affair here, if you ask me. Man City should dominate this one from the word go, from the first whistle. Man City not only should win this game, I think this is a game that they really need to win. Because you look at Man City's last 5 games, lost to Newcastle, lost to Wolves, then they beat Leipzig in the Champions League. They lost to Arsenal, and then they played close 2-1 against Brighton. They need to come out, reestablish themselves, and get back in their group. 3 of their last 5 have been losses. Their 2 wins were solid wins, but they need to get back on track if you're Man City. Leipzig versus Red Star Belgrade. That is going to be an interesting game. Neither team is really super been something that I'm looking at and be like, oh wow, they were really underrated team there. Red Star Belgrade, they drew against Young Boys. They've won 4 of the last 5, with the draw being one of their last 5. And then you got Leipzig, 2 draws, 2 wins, and a loss. The loss being to Man City, so not a bad loss, but 3-1. Obviously, not much to be excited about there. But they did draw against Bayern. That's big for them. I think this is a team, once again, just kind of, if Leipzig's going to make a run this group stage, they got to beat the teams that are below them, and Red Star Belgrade's one of them. They got to get 3 points out of it, 2-0. Newcastle. Interesting team here. They've won 4 of the last 5 with a draw to West Ham. And then Dortmund, on the other hand, also won 4 of the 5 with a draw to Milan. I think this will be a good game. But Newcastle really shocked me last time out. They went 4-1 against PSG. Nobody saw that coming. Newcastle, I thought were gonna I honestly thought probably PSG was going to win that game, or it was going to be a draw. But I did not really see Newcastle winning by the fashion they did. Dortmund, on the other hand, they've played solid defense. They grinded it out against Milan. But Newcastle, the way they've approached the Champions League, I think they're legit. I think they'll bring the heat here. 3-1 Newcastle. Then we got PSG versus Milan. Last time out, like I said, kind of shocking to see how PSG got handled by Newcastle. Milan able to batten down the hatches and get zeros across the board. I think this will be a different game for Milan, and I think they're going to need to be a little bit more aggressive. They will get a goal, but I do think ultimately it will be a draw with PSG. I think it will be an Mbappe goal, and I think it will be a Pulisic goal, and I think we will be sitting 1-1 at the end of it. Then we got Atletico Madrid versus Celtic, the last game of the week. Should be fairly easy for Madrid. They should go in, should do their thing. And Celtic, unfortunately, I think they're probably the odd man out here in this group stage. I don't think there's much hope for them. I don't think Celtic's really that strong of a side. Last time out, they lost to Lazio, one of the easier teams in their group that they'll be playing against. Celtic just not a strong side. 4 wins and a loss in their last 5. That's promising. But Madrid, 5 for 5 in their last 5. I think it's going to be a tough task to handle. I'm going 3-0 Madrid, Atletico Madrid, and I think we are going to be set for a fairly easy, prediction-wise, week of Champions League football. But thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time.